My friends, welcome to another important video on my channel. Thank you for spending some time with me here today. And if you want to learn more about any of my anxiety recovery programs, head on over here. My friends, today I want to talk about a few things that are going on, maybe consciously and unconsciously, that are preventing you from moving away from anxiety. And I want you to really study this video, really take it in, right? And see how some of these points, 7 in fact, relate to what you may be going through right now in your life. Because I realized during my anxiety recovery that it was just like climbing a ladder, and each and every step on that ladder demanded something new from me. It demanded a new realization. It demanded a new perspective. It demanded something more of me. And so healing anxiety is quite a challenge, and we must be the type of people that can rise up to each and every step within the challenge to heal anxiety. And that's what you're doing here. So today I've got 7 habits, okay, that may be preventing you from healing anxiety and anxiety recovery. So let's dive deep into each and every one of these and see how it may relate to what you may be going through in your life right now. Number 1 is placing value on your anxiety. Ooh. I bet you're thinking, Dennis, I never gave this any thought, but if I do in fact become aware of this point, I can see how I'm placing value on my anxiety. Let me give you an example, okay? Unconsciously, the person has created a family and a wonderful relationship with another person. And unconsciously, they have in fact connected the fact that they have anxiety to their success within their relationships. Or it could be career, or it could be some kind of a safety procedure, right? So without even knowing it, you have placed so much value on your anxiety that at this point you believe it has something to do with who you are and who you need to be going through each and every day of your life. And this was something that I had to admit to myself, and this is something that you have to admit to yourself so that you can see the clearer messages that will arise when in fact you do realize that you're placing too much value on your anxiety. We feel like we can't live without it. Even these symptoms, we feel like we're growing a relationship with them. And the moment they leave us, we're going, oh, I'm glad they're gone. But at the same time, where did they go? Right? So I want you to look deep into this and go, you know what? Have I placed a tremendous amount of value on the experience of anxiety and everything that comes with it? And if that's the case, starting today, I have to move beyond these perspectives. Number 2 is the uncertainty around doing the deeper work. Okay, the uncertainty around doing the deeper work may be preventing you from supercharging your anxiety healing. When I mean deeper work, I'm talking about work that isn't really that familiar. You know, a lot of times when you go to a therapy session, for example, or a talk therapy session, or doing CBT, I call that in the moment work. That's the conscious work. Okay, a lot of that work has to do with changing the ideas, changing your perceptions, changing your interpretations of things, you know, acting differently, creating a new behavior in a new environment, exposing yourself. And these are all very important aspects of healing. But when I mean the deeper work, I'm talking about things that aren't really readily available to us. We have to go searching for this deeper work, right? Initially, when people were talking to me, my own mentors and healers were talking to me about inner child work, I was going, inner child? What do you mean inner child? I don't have an inner child, right? I was a child, but now I'm an adult. No, 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 no. Your inner child connected to your emotional expression, your inner child that has in fact become the memory bank for your mind and body, your inner child that represents itself through your feelings. And I'm going, oh, that inner child, right, still lives within me. So when I mean deeper work, many of us may have a feeling of vulnerability and uncertainty when we do work that helps us to reorganize our beliefs within the subconscious mind, okay? And this work could have everything to do with breath work. It could be emotional reframing work and healing your traumas, okay? It could be inner child work. It could be mantra work. It could be different kinds of trance work, but anything that communicates safety to your subconscious mind and body, I would deem it as being the deeper work, okay? So, yes, there's some uncertainty there, my friends, but on this journey, you're going to start putting yourself out there more and more and more, and this is a good thing, okay? Uncertainty is not a bad thing. It's a very important aspect of life. And when something does in fact feel uncertain, it's very important that you explore the uncertainty rather than shy away from it, okay? Number 3, and again, this is very unconscious, okay? A lot of times we don't recognize that this is the case. Secondary gains. When I talk about secondary gains, I'm talking about reasons to hang on to the state that you're in, right? And very similar to placing value on your anxiety, as we talked about in number 1. Secondary gains are reasons to keep anxiety around, right? And a lot of times it can be an identity. A lot of times people can identify you with being a victim, right? Or having anxiety. And this becomes the mold. This becomes the cycle and the pattern. So we gain a lot unconsciously from keeping anxiety alive. At least that's what the inner child wants us to believe. But when we look at these secondary gains, we're going, yeah, well, they keep me within a comfort zone, right? They keep my life familiar and they give me the impression that I am safe, yes, right? But when I look at the big picture, holding on to anxiety and relying on the secondary gains that come with anxiety really are not fulfilling me, right? They're not adding to my life. I want to be creative. I want to be goofy. I want to be humorous. I want to be fun. I want to be carefree. And it's very difficult to be those things and anxiety at the same time. So you have to choose. You can't be the same person and heal anxiety at the same time. You have to reinvent yourself to heal anxiety in turn. And when you start to understand this, it becomes enjoyable. Right? Your life has purpose. Your life has meaning at this point. Number 4 is dodging discomfort and vulnerability. Discomfort, vulnerability. So we dodge discomfort. And anytime we feel uncomfortable, we're going, I don't want that. Right? I don't want that. No, I want to live my life comfortably, right? But we're living comfortably anxious. And living comfortably anxious means that you are living in survival mode. If you're living in survival mode, you will never be able to adopt the persona parts that you need to adopt back into your life. These persona parts are things like self-love. They're things like compassion. There are things like gentleness towards yourself. There are things like SelfCare. There are things like dialoguing with yourself in a different way. These are all the persona parts that you're neglecting. And you're only giving attention to the parts of you that amplify your fears. That's not okay. Okay? So when there's a moment of discomfort during your change work, again, it's important that you explore it. It's important that you understand that vulnerability is in fact the key to healing, right? But you got to do it the right way. You can't just go, I'm going to place myself into vulnerable situations here, there, and everywhere, right? Oh, it's not working. I'm not healing my anxiety. No, of course it's not working. Number one, your mindset is not right. And number two, you're not bringing any tools with you. Okay? If you're going to place yourself in vulnerable situations daily, you've got to bring physiological and psychological tools with you as you're becoming vulnerable. So you're going, okay, I'm going to focus on my breathing patterns in this moment. I'm going to focus on my posture in this moment. I'm going to focus on how fast I do things, right? And you'll notice that you give yourself permission to do things more slowly when you're healing, right? Not everything has to be done at warp speeds anymore, right? This is survival. We're trying to get out of survival, okay? So don't dodge discomfort and vulnerability anymore. Understand that these are very important elements in your healing journey, but you have to approach them the right way, okay? Number 5, and this concerns me about other people's healing journey. It's other people's reaction to your transformation. When we think about transformation, my friends, we're not just talking about healing an anxious state. No, there's so much that goes with what you're doing here, right? There are a lot of elements that go with what you're doing here. For instance, okay, your interpretation of the world will change. Your mantra towards the world, your motto towards the world will change. The way you present yourself will change. The words you say will change. And these are very natural things that tend to happen when we heal the identity and heal anxiety. And other people may not like the change that you're going through. There may be a sense of jealousy there. There may be a sense of discomfort, like, who are you now? Like, oh my God, we used to connect so well when we were negative all the time. When we were pessimistic, oh my God, we saw things in the same light. And now, all of a sudden, you're changing? No, I don't like it, right? So your job is to go, hey, friend, hey, acquaintance, hey, family member, I cannot love anybody until I truly love myself. I cannot care for anybody until I truly care for myself. I cannot contribute to the betterment of this world until I contribute to the betterment of me. So you're either on board or you're gone. It's one or the other. And if you're gone out of my life and you don't accept the changes that are happening within me, or you feel uncomfortable around me, that's fine. Because there will come a time when you will open up to this change work as well, right? And this is a very important point. Everybody has the opportunity to change for the better, but not everybody takes that opportunity. You are courageous. You are more than anxiety. Number 6, negative associations to self-care. Many of us think that self-care is a form of greed. Oh, you're being so greedy by caring for yourself so much. Oh, you got a massage? You can actually afford a massage? Oh, you're going for a walk now? Oh, okay. Well, society's rules are not your rules, okay? Other people's beliefs are not your beliefs. Other people's ideas are not your ideas. Their behaviors are not yours. Please, please, please be true to yourself, okay? Because until you are true to yourself, you're not going to be able to take the next step on this healing ladder, okay? So maybe you have some negative associations to self-care. Maybe it's a form of selfishness. Maybe it makes you feel lazy. Maybe Your parents have said, hey, if you care too much for yourself, you're going to be unproductive in other areas of your life. No, no, okay? We have to preserve this thing that we have within us called our life force. Okay, we've got this energy within us. We've got this life force within us, and it gets drained easily. It gets drained by sound. It gets drained by social media. It gets drained by the latest narrative that the media wants you to focus emotionally on. It gets drained by other people. It gets drained by certain foods. It gets drained by a lack of sleep. It gets drained by keeping anxiety around. We have to protect our life force. We have to protect this energy with everything that we have, because at the end of the day, if you're absolutely exhausted, you have exhausted your life force, your energy. You have given it away, okay? You've just given it away. Hey, the door's open, come on in, right? No, close the door, okay? Because the door is basically an example of the ideas that you are in fact taking in as belief systems. No, you create your own ideas, and you create your own beliefs, and you create who you are, no matter what anybody thinks. Number 7, not believing that healing is possible and only managing your symptoms, right? If an authority figure from the past has said, no, you can't heal from this, you're going to deal with this forever. I was told this multiple times by physicians and other authority figures, right? This is just a part of you. All you can do is manage anxiety. No, that's a whole bunch of hoopla, okay? And so you have a choice now to either believe that the best you can do is manage your symptoms, or in fact put anxiety behind you for good. Anxiety is a set of patterns. Anxiety is an overactivation of your sympathetic system, your fight or flight system. Anxiety is a habit, a bundle of habits: mental, emotional, behavioral, imaginative, verbal habits. When you can see anxiety as a bundle of habits, you're going, hey, I can change this, right? But if someone comes to you and says, no, anxiety is just who you are. See, your dad had it. Your mom had it. You can't change it. I don't believe that to be the case, because I've worked with thousands of people through my programs to heal anxiety and move forward in life. Okay, so believe in healing. Believe in healing. Okay, a certain amount of certainty in the idea that healing is possible and available to you at any given moment. I've said this before. You are always one perspective, one new perception away from healing. I truly believe this. And I want to leave you with this. Dedicate the next few months of your life to turning your new changes, your new habits, into a lifestyle. A lifestyle. And life will open its loving arms up to you. These changes are not temporary changes. These are lifestyles. So adopt them into your life and don't see them as something you're just doing to heal anxiety. If you can do this, if you can adopt this mindset, I promise you, life is going to have such a taste to it. There's going to be such a flow to life, and you're going to go, my goodness, the ease of all this. Why didn't I do this earlier? Remember that you are more than anxiety. I love you so very much. Keep going and comment below. Let's chat.